Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Gorton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Press this, and you can see this, hear this, taste this, and experience this. Press the green button at Ireland.com.
Hello everyone and welcome to the show. This week we're in Birmingham for the annual memorial of the 21 people who sadly lost their lives in the Birmingham pub bombings in 1974. But first, the Black Swan pub in Luton is one of the oldest pubs in the area. And recently a syndicate of 14 friends got together to refurbish the pub and open it again to the community. And they had a wonderful launch night and we went along to join in the fun. Siobhan, tell me a little bit about the Black Swan.
Okay, the Black Swan has stood on this site for nearly 200 years. It would be its bicentenary in 2 years' time, in 24. And it was originally a white swan, and at the beginning of in the 1900s it burnt down and they rebuilt it and it was renamed the Black Swan. It was going to be another sad story of another pub in Luton closing, and thanks to the 14 men that got into the syndicate, they've regenerated. As you can see tonight, it's a thriving facility that's going to be well used and is well needed, especially for the young people in this town, because they have nowhere to go.
Ray, of course, you've got lots of things going on here at the pub at the moment. Tell me a little bit about that.
We've got an active darts team at the moment. We play dominoes on a Friday night, I believe. I'm not involved in that one, that's in the other bar. There's a pool team we're starting next year, which with new pools have just been installed. So there's some good pool players in here, but no one's had the time to play in it. Yeah. So we've just really refurbished the pub to bring it more into line with other pubs and get more people in here. And we spent a lot of hard work into it. And like as Siobhan said, it was a high store moment. It was suggested predominantly in the Irish bar, but then also wanted the other side involved, so word was put around and we've all got involved in it and so excited to do it. There is a golf society, but that's been going for a long time. There's a board in the bar there, you can see, there's names on it. It's been going for a long, long time. A lot of the members are no longer here, unfortunately, but we're still keeping it going. And we play, 4 or 5 times a year, and it's still a popular sport.
Jim, obviously a lot of time and effort has gone into refurbishing the bar and the whole premises.
Yeah, unfortunately the bar has been neglected and the premises, and so what we've done, we decided the 14 of us get together and revamp as much as we can, starting with the beer. The beer wasn't the best, but what we've done, we've insulated, we've taken steps to have the pipes cleaned more often, and from there we've progressed now to the quality of the beer has got a lot better, but we're still tweaking it. There's still the odd bit that we can work on. But all 14 of us now have put into a syndicate, and what we've done, we've spent money and literally painted both bars, refurbished, upgraded all the furniture, and we've put a marquee in the back end as well for smaller functions, for maybe communions or funerals or whatever, and we put a new pool table in, as Ray said earlier, and within the last couple of weeks now the turnaround has been superb, and we're looking now to do other things, especially charities. As you probably know, we do charities as well, so there'll be fundraisers, and that's what we aim for, is to get people together, get the community together and get all behind each other and raise money for good charities.
Joe, the Black Swan is no stranger to you.
Definitely not. When I came from London, which I lived for a number of years, I came out to Luton and was probably one of the first pubs I came to, and that's probably over 25 years ago. Brilliant. That time it was an English landlord that was in the pub, but it's great now to see it back again, and I must pay tribute to the committee, and they've made a fantastic job of it. Absolutely fantastic. It's a credit to them, and it'll be a place where pubs are a place to go, and a place where Irish people and English people, whatever you want to call them, come to have a jar and have a bit of crack, and that's how it should be.
Well, in times when pubs are closing down, it's great to see this one opening up.
Oh God, it is. As you well know, all we're hearing over the last probably 10 or 15 years, even in Luton, so many pubs have closed down, but this is one of the ones that hopefully will carry on for years ahead.
You'll have to make this now a focal point for your Mayo Association meetings.
Absolutely, and of course Patrice is one of our committee members, and that's why we're all here tonight, enjoying ourselves and having a bit of crack.
We're hoping that we can this will be used as a facility for all celebrations right through life, from christenings, communions, birthdays and wakes. We're here for the community.
Now, Siobhan, you must be delighted with the crowd you've got here tonight. It's amazing that the community has really turned out for us. I think the uniqueness of the Black Swan is that we have an English bar and an Irish bar. And when we thought about refurbishing it, we thought about maybe losing that facility, but it just works so well. And having the two bars, as Jim's closed between, with the refurbishments, we've all got to know each other a lot better, and I think it's a really nice atmosphere, and these two are testimony to that. You've got Jim from the Irish bar and you've got Ray from the English bar. There you go. The Irish bar is celebrating everything Irish. We've got Tato crisps and all the Irish products, and the English bar, we want to do the same. We were celebrating the local team and in national things as well. You've got a lot of young people here as well tonight, which is great to see. That's really important to us because we just feel that there's nowhere for them to go. Pubs are closing down at a serious rate in this town, and they came last night. We had a pre-launch night and it was really successful with a DJ, and we were all up dancing till early hours, so we're a bit jaded today.
Well, obviously we've extended the patio to get the marquee in, So, you know, we can do events in here as well. And, you know, in the previous openings, it's been packed in here. So a lot of people are using it. So what's too busy in there, people can come out here and enjoy it as well. You know, in the summer we can do a lot more events as well because we've got a garden behind. We can use that. There's a lot of room here, yeah. And there's so much more we can do with the pub. And that's the idea of it all when we've all got together. And, you know, it's not predominantly to make money, but it's here to keep the pub open for another 5 years. And that's what we're here for, really, to have a community pub. And it's a community event that we've done. And that's really what we're here for. I'm predominantly from the English side, but I've met a lot of good friends now on the Irish side. And I've been invited to Limerick by one of the fellas in there already.
No, but as Ray is saying now, we're all getting together. The English got to know the Irish got to know the English. The atmosphere is unreal. And what we've gathered now, we are both behind each other and we will support each other through charities and through charities and venues and whatever, and just help out, and each one is willing. But I would like to say that in building it, there's 14 people involved, but we've had people from the outside also giving us a helping hand, working late into the nights and that. It's probably now, I'd like to say thanks to Kevin, who give us a hand with the electrics, and I'd like to say Joe McNamara, who give us a hand with all the plumbing, whatever it is, and also Oshin. And other people has given us a helping hand.
It's been a great bonding experience. I think it's like Jim said, there's been a lot of late nights and weekends. Like we've turned it around in the last month, which I think is incredible, considering we all have full-time jobs as well. So it's been good fun. It's been hard work. There's not been a bad word. We've been very lucky that we've all got on so well, and it was a great. I think that sets us in a good stead for the future, because we did all, and we are united now through that experience. There's people travel from Mayo. They've travelled from all over. Family and friends have come over to be with them, to celebrate and take part in this, because it is a momentous moment for the syndicate. Yeah.
And it was great to see Mrs. Brown here to cut the ribbon.
Absolutely, yeah. Probably she'll be back again now and give us a free drink, But yeah, absolutely. Every one of the family, most of them anyway, are here tonight, and they're enjoying themselves and relaxing. And tomorrow's a big day, a birthday boy. So yeah.
Well, listen, Joe, happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah. We won't go into how many years it is, but...
We'll have to get the band to sing happy birthday to you later.
No, don't worry about that. We're forgetting about them now.
And where the choice country the Black Swan got a mention on Manchester Radio, all Manchester Radio the other night. Martin, thanks very much for that.
We wish them all the best of luck, because it's a credit to them. They're giving it a new facelift from how it existed, but of course that happens with the time as time goes on. But you can see tonight it's bubbling, they're all enjoying themselves. So what more do we want? Long may it continue.
I'd like to again take this opportunity to thank everyone that's been involved to get where we are tonight. And as you can see now, the crowd in there and the celebrations. And hopefully now we should move forward with the same, and hopefully everything should go well.
What a great crowd turned out for the big launch night, and we wish them all the very best of luck in the future. It's great to see a pub opening and not closing. Now we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the North West, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Gorton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Press this, and you can see this, hear this, taste this, and experience this. Press the green button at ireland.com.
Welcome back. Now we're off to Birmingham for the annual memorial of the 21 people who sadly lost their lives in the Birmingham bombings in 1974. It was a horrible night and the rain was lashing down, but family, friends and relatives came along to pay their respects.
Thank you for joining us for our memorial service to commemorate the Birmingham pub bombings of 1974. We meet on this anniversary, as has become a tradition, in front of our tree memorial, created by the Mishnok Memorial Committee 5 years ago through the united efforts of the Birmingham Irish community, the family and friends of victims, and supported so generously by Network Rail. The memorial has become a new place for reflection, where we come to show our respect to the 21, whose names are forever inscribed on its leaves. It is also a marker of peace and reconciliation in our city, reminding us all of the good that comes when we listen to each other's history and share each other's struggles.
Maurice, every year family, friends and relatives turn up here for this memorial, and of course tonight, what a horrible evening.
It's not the best night we've ever had for doing this, but we still carry on regardless, because we need to show our support to the families and the relatives. Regardless of the atrocious weather, we'll still crack on tonight.
Now this memorial means so much to people that's lost relatives in this bombing 48 years ago.
It is, it means a lot to them, it means a lot to the relatives and the city as a whole. And tonight in particular, it's a very poignant night because we'll be unveiling the new lighting on the memorial. So we'll be hopefully shedding a bit of light on the darkness that we're all living in at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's a special time for families, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's you know, it's desperate times for everybody. So it's nice, apart from the rain, to gather everybody here again tonight and remember those who were killed 48 years ago.
Lynn Jane Bennett, aged 18. Eugene Thomas Riley, aged 23. Desmond William Riley, aged 21. Marilyn Paula Nash, aged 22. Maxine Hambleton, aged 18. Thomas Frederick Chater, aged 28.
Following the tireless work of Maurice Malone and the Birmingham Irish Association and of Network Rail, our memorial will now, as of this evening, be permanently lit up. How appropriate that hard work across generations and communities leads to new light. How appropriate that as we come to a season where so many of our faith communities celebrate festivals of light, that our memorial should finally play its part in illuminating the city.
It's a privilege for me as a chaplain to King Charles to be with you this evening as you remember your loved ones. And this beautiful sculpture of these slender trees with their leaves newly lit up. Jesus said, above all things, seek God's kingdom and seek God's justice of love and peace. And so this evening we gather and we lay these leaves of remembering, these leaves of reconciliation, these leaves of justice upon our city and upon our souls.
Jane Davis, aged 17. Pamela Jean Palmer, aged 19. Jimmy Craig, aged 34. John Rowlands, aged 46. Stanley James Bodman, aged 47. Anne Hayes, aged 19.
Well, I'm here from the West Midlands Irish Business Group. I'm also the president of the Birmingham Law Society, and from Birmingham originally, Irish immigrant family, so grew up in Birmingham, and of course as a child remember this dreadful night all those years ago. Even though we're second generation Irish, we've grown up in Irish schools, Catholic schools predominantly, parents, grandparents, all of whom came over, and we've always been very proud of our Irish roots. But that night, it really put a dark period over those of us that are based in Birmingham of Irish heritage. No longer could we be proud of it. Things like the St. Patrick's Day parade and things like that you just couldn't happen, because my mother even wanted us to change our surname, MacDade, because of that brought pressure on us as a family. At school it was difficult. There were police escorts outside schools with other schools wanting to fight kids of Irish heritage. It was a dreadful time, but by the grace of God we have moved on as a city, and we're doing more and more to make sure that this terrible episode is remembered in the right way. I was interviewed a few weeks ago at a university, and they asked me as Birmingham president of the Law Society what it felt like to be an Irish Catholic growing up in Birmingham at that period when it was synonymous with being a member of a terrorist group, which is quite a shocking question to be asked. But I was able to put that back and say that those atrocities that took place and the complex situation in Ireland generally is not a reflection of who Ireland, what Ireland is and who the Irish people are.
Every leaf has got the names of the victims that were killed on that night, and obviously with the lights that will be going on tonight, it'll be lit from dusk till dawn, so that should attract more people coming, and hopefully they'll stop and pause and reflect on what happened that night.
James Frederick Caddick, aged 56. John Clifford Jones, aged 51. Trevor George Thrupp, aged 33. Maureen Ann Roberts, aged 20. Michael William Beasley, aged 30. Stephen John Wally, aged 21.
It's one of the greatest miscarriages of justice that's never been solved so far.
It is, and it's one of those situations that, you know, we try to support the families the best we can, and they're desperate to find out what happened on that night, and we do everything we can. The memorial's a good example of the sort of things that we do to support them, and, you know, hopefully one day they will find their justice.
A prayer for peace. God of mercy, on this evening we come into your presence in darkness and in light, aware of what has taken place in days past, in darkness and in light, conscious of what we experience today in darkness and in light, and trusting that you will guide your world today and every day in darkness and in light. In peace we pray. Amen.
Paul Anthony Davis, age 17. Neil Tommy Marsh, age 16. And Charles Harper Gray, aged 44. May they rest in peace.
Today, as every year, this service is dedicated to you. We can't share your pain, but we can hear your stories. And tonight we're privileged to be able to listen to some of those whose lives changed forever on that night.
Good evening, my name is Paul Bridgewater, and I lost my dad, Paul Anthony Davis, 48 years ago tonight. Dad was walking past the mulberry bush with his friend Neil Marsh, who also died on that fateful night. Sadly, my dad never got to meet me, as I was born 8 weeks later. From what I've been told, he was a cheeky chappie. I love hearing stories about my dad and his teenage antics. And recently, an old friend of his sent me some photos of him at junior school. He said he had vivid memories of him wearing a blue and yellow V-neck woolly jumper and a funky hat. So maybe the apple didn't drop as far from the tree, as you can see. Anyway, I've recently become a granddad, and it's made me think how important it is for the next generations to remember and learn about the people who died and what happened that night. That's why these memorials are so important to us. I'm looking forward to telling my granddaughter, Havana Rose, about her great-granddad. But at 18 months old, she's more interested in Peppa Pig. Maybe that's going to be for another time. Justice for the 21. They've become like a second family to me. You know, they're always there. I live in Yorkshire, and every time I come back, I just feel so close to them and the supporters. Finally, I just want to thank everyone for your support. Thank you very much.
The seed which has become the memorial trees you see now before you.
Síl atá tuchtach an abiogta, sam crín cuinacán atá á bhógóir.
Serving as a reminder that the path to peace and reconciliation is always the first choice and never the last.
Nérú gur é cosán na síochána agus an abhúntaras an chéad ráha I gcónaí seachas an ráha deirg go mana dia an ilaghuine atá anseo.
May God bless all here.
Well done to everyone who came along on such a horrible night, and a big thank you to Maurice Malone, the CEO of the Birmingham Irish Association, who arranges this memorial every year. Well, that's about it for this week. Henry McGlade is back with us with his show next Thursday night from County Mayo at 7 o'clock, and we'll be here as usual at 7:30. Until then, look after yourselves.
Press the green button at Ireland.com.